One campaign mistake you see everywhere.
Skipping validation, especially under time pressure. We all do it, and it always costs more later.
Alright. One metric every leader should care about.
Understanding, can your audience, irrespective whether they're internal or external, explain the message back in their own words and whether it is in line with what you want them to understand?
Strategy or storytelling, what wins?
I think these are two sides of the same coin. Neither can win alone. Strategy without storytelling is basically, it stays in the deck. To reach the audience, you need to have storytelling baked in there. And storytelling without strategy is just empty fluff.
Absolutely. So, one word that defines great communication.
Clarity. I
Alright.
think
Last,
that's the beginning and the end of it.
absolutely. Alright. If biking were a leadership trait, what would it be?
Disciplined navigation. So know your destination, read the conditions, and adjust the route when required.
Communication is no longer just about visibility, it is about clarity, alignment, credibility, and long term trust. Hello, everyone, and welcome to VRIGHT Wall Conversations, a curated leadership dialogue series hosted by VRIGHT Exchange under the VRIGHT Academy series. I am Rana Aryan, co founder of VRIGHT Exchange, and it is a pleasure to host today's session. At VRIGHT Exchange, we believe that in an age of information overload, structured, transparent, and outcome driven communication has become one of the most valuable strategic assets for businesses, leaders, and investor facing organizations. Through Be Right Wall Conversation, we aim to bring actionable insights, practical frameworks, and real world perspectives from industry leaders, authors, and practitioners to a high intent audience of founders, listed and growth stage companies, investor relations professionals, communication leaders, and market participants. We are also grateful for the support of our knowledge partners for this session. Ice Make Refrigeration Limited, a leading provider of industrial and commercial refrigeration solutions, and Omniscience Capital, and Omniscience Capital, a global investment firm specializing in equity strategies through its proprietary scientific investing philosophy. Today, we are delighted to feature Stanley Glancy, acclaimed author of the VIKING Framework, a highly practical and structured model for designing high impact communication campaigns that derive measurable outcomes, alignment, and long term credibility. Stanley brings over 2 decades of experience across global organizations spanning consulting, technology, pharmaceuticals, and corporate communications. His work has focused on helping organizations navigate transformation, leadership communication, stakeholder engagement, and strategic alignment in increasingly dynamic environments. His book, The Viking Framework, introduces six-phase communication model, which is validate, ideate, kick off, improvise, nurture, and gaze. A framework designed to help leaders move beyond communication activity and toward communication effectiveness and measurable business impact. In today's conversation, we will decode his framework and explore its practical, real world applications for founders, listed companies, investor relations professionals, communication strategists, and leadership professionals. We'll focus on why communication campaigns fail despite strong execution, building strategy first and outcome driven campaigns, adapting communication in uncertain and rapidly changing environments, sustaining engagement and stakeholder trust, measuring real impact beyond vanity metrics, and the growing relevance of structured communication frameworks in the age of AI and hybrid work.
You mentioned AI, because AI is flooding each channel with more and more content, right? The signal that gets through will not simply be a polished announcement. It will be the company whose words, numbers, decisions keep telling the same story over and over time. But what we need to look at is whether the stakeholder experience is seamless or whether it is fragmented. Is there a larger story holding them together? And is that something you can repeat across each of these announcements? So for founders and IR teams, my personal opinion is the investor narrative shouldn't be just the deck that you present. It is a relationship between the promise you make, the performance the company delivers, the proof points you show, and the leadership behaviors being sustained across each of the cycles.